Hello, everyone. Welcome to Investor Podcast by Africa Prudential Plc. I'm Gift Isilolo, and we're here to talk about unclaimed dividends and the step-by-step guide on how you can claim your dividends. So here with me is the Director of Capital Market, Bukola James-Cole, and she's going to do justice to this topic. Stay tuned.
Hello, Gift, and thank you for having me here. I look forward to an insightful conversation.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to jump right into the questions. So we're asking, what do you understand by unclaimed dividends?
Okay, so I would explain it so that the layman can understand, right?
Yeah.
Unclaimed dividends simply means dividends that have been paid out by companies as a result of the profit they have declared, most times after their financial year end, half year end, or even quarter year end, to eligible shareholders or investors. And for all shareholders that have claimed their dividends, those that are yet to be claimed now become unclaimed dividends. And there are several reasons why unclaimed dividends remain so. A lot of us have moved from where we have stayed. In fact, I don't think, except you're living your personal house, you have not been there for over 10 or 20 years. So you have moved. At the point at which you moved, I don't remember you writing to the registrar to change your address. And so at the time we were sending paper dividends, if you have not changed your address or you have not updated your dividend details, your dividends will be stale. A lot of us have also invested. We're buying 100 units, and then by the time they declare 1 naira or 1 kobo or 7 kobo, and you see the dividend and it's negligible, and then you leave it there to compound. Now, a lot of us, like ladies, have gotten married and we've changed our names from your single name to your married name. And you have also, by virtue of that, matured with your bank account. Have you gone to the registrar to change? No. So we have buckets and buckets of people like that. Not to talk about our fathers who invested at the time and they're now late. At times, some children don't even know their fathers or their parents invested in shares. So all these things compound together and they become unclaimed. Now, during the 2008 market crunch. I won't even call it crunch. That time there was a boom in the market. And so we had a lot of public offers where people just wanted to participate. And then when it's time for approval, because some people have applied beyond expectation and they want it to go around, they will now start cutting it. I mean, the regulators now. And so what some of us decided to do was to buy in several names, the names today that do not even have account details. And that's why you have a lot of names on the database of the registrars without accruing dividends. There's no bank accounts to pay those monies to. So if I wanted to count all the reasons for unclaimed dividends, they are enormous. But in simple terms, it means the dividends that are yet to be claimed by investors.
Wow, thank you so much. That was quite, that was a lot. Okay, so I'm moving to the next question. So now, who holds the money when dividends go unclaimed? Is it the registrar, the company, or the government?
Okay, so by the virtue of the fact that the registrars are responsible for disbursing payments to eligible shareholders, right? The registrars take the money as at once the dividend is declared. You take 100% of the funds. However, regulation, particularly from Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, has to control the management of funds. Said after 15 months, the registrar returns 90% of the funds, unclaimed dividend funds, back to the company, and the company now manages the fund in a separate account and gives reports to the regulators annually.
Okay.
Now, the 10% that is held by the registrars will be used to pay shareholders while they come to claim their dividends. Okay, that's dividend, right? Okay, I think I've answered that. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So we have another question here. So is this mostly an issue for older investors, or the younger shareholders also leave money unclaimed?
Okay, so I'll say it's mostly an issue for the older shareholders. I will call it legacy issue. And that's because capital market is evolving, right? The capital market of today is totally different from the capital market 5 years ago, and is also totally different from the capital market of 10 years ago. So we've evolved over time. In the past, an investor could, in the comfort of his house, just send his broker an instruction: buy me this, buy me this, buy me this, buy me this. And then the broker goes ahead without even getting documentation. And so with that kind of transaction, there's no way the broker will have the account details of the shareholder to send to the broker. And CSCS is the depository. They're the ones that would give the registrars the database of everybody that has transacted, in one company or the other. And so once that is done, because they just, at the comfort of their home, requested for a purchase, there's no way the information can be complete. But over time, the regulator has sensitized, the market operators have collaborated, and now there's even a directive that says if you have not completed your KYC, you are not allowed to trade. And it's there. Once you go there, you either see you're ineligible to trade, or you have outstanding documents to complete your KYC before trading can commence. So I'm sure some of us would have experienced that, and that's just because we're trying to ensure that nobody now trades without sending adequate or appropriate and complete information. Today's generation, where you have the Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I don't want to talk about the next generation and all that, you can easily trade at the comfort of your home. And so you must have completed like an application form and provided all those details. And that's why you will not have investors of today facing issues that legacy investors are faced. One thing that is our issue in the market today is how to reach the legacy shareholders to come and now provide KYC. Some of them are late, like I've said. Some of them at the time during the capital market boom were market sellers. They're not as educated enough as to understand that these are the process. I can tell you that a lot of people are out there that have quite a significant amount of money and do not even know, because in those days, all they said was they gave them paper. Maybe their children were even new in the bank or something, and they said I need to meet a certain budget, for me to maintain my seat in the office. And so they just filled forms and all that. So there's so many people out there. So enlightenment campaign and so many other things are the things we've been doing in collaboration with market operators, including the regulator, to see how we can sensitize the public on claiming their dividends.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm sure our viewers are really learning a lot. Okay, I have another question here. So how does the CBN or the SEC regulate this journey? Are there mandated procedures to protect shareholders?
Okay, so the CBN regulates the banks, Securities and Exchange Securities and Exchange Regulators, that's SEC. So like I had mentioned, one of the directives, right? They have come hard on market operators. And that's why you have every quarter trying to say how they can get a share of the money, right? And so what SEC has done is to come hard on the regulators. Number one, by ensuring that going forward, nobody purchases or trades without a complete KYC. Number two, in collaboration with the operators, they've come up with a partnership with NIBS, that's the payment company, to see how the banks can validate account details of legacy shareholders. That way, all registrars get to have information on shareholders that we didn't have before. Three, they've also provided a link that you can find on the website of the Securities and Exchange Commission anywhere in the world. Just go to Securities and Exchange Commission and type Unclaimed dividends. It just automatically directs you to a database of all investors across all companies who have unclaimed dividend yet unclaimed. And what the partnership with NIBS in collaboration with all the registrars have done is the moment you click one and you complete that form, it automatically disseminates the form to all the affected registrars, and the registrars, of course, the banks would have validated, and the registrars would make the payment. And within a week, you get your payments on, except there's a fundamental issue that you need to resolve with the registrar, and the registrar will definitely reach out to you. Also, like I said, we're evolving. A lot of registrars within the space, in addition to what SEC has done, have all come up with technical ways of also addressing this issue. You will hardly see one of these registrars not having a platform or an application or a website where you can view your unclaimed dividends and a process tied around it that will enable you claim your unclaimed dividends, right? So go after Prudential, for example, we have a database of unclaimed dividends where you can easily go to, and then automatically the process flow is simple. Your dividends are claimed just by completing the form or the link through any channel. We have the customer experience, we have the WhatsApp channel, we have the working channel, because I understand our senior citizens like to interact with people. So we've refused to close that channel. So we have digital multipurpose channels where people can claim their dividends.
Thank you so much. So we have one more question for you. Okay, not really a question, more like an information on the dividend reinvestment scheme. Can you tell us more about it, please?
Okay, so the name Dividend Reinvestment Scheme just means opportunity to reinvest your dividend. So I had mentioned earlier that some people have so little dividend that they don't know what to do with that money. And I'm sure people like that, Dividend Reinvestment Scheme will work for them. However, because the operator that can invest is different from the registrar, what we as Africa Prudential have decided to do is to partner with an operator that has a license to sell securities. Okay. So once you indicate that you are interested in investing your dividend ahead of time, we will redirect you to that. It's a technology-enabled application where they will just redirect you. You'd have picked your preferred stockbroker, and then your dividends will be reinvested. In fact, it's sophisticated in our case because you don't have to limit yourself to the dividend, the company in which you got the dividend from. You can expand. Yes, you got the dividend from your bank, for example, and you don't have shares in oil and gas, or you don't have shares in FMCG, and you decide to reinvest your dividend in all those things. Because the capital market operator, who is the broker, is licensed to trade securities for you. Based on your instruction, they will reinvest your dividends.
Thank you so much. Thank you for addressing all the questions, Bukola James-Cole. I'm sure our viewers are well enlightened. Thank you all for watching. I'm sure you learned quite a lot. Don't forget to join us every Wednesday by 12 p.m. on the Investors Podcast. Stay tuned.